Kill screen does not imply the greatest ending. If you're interested, there's a Donkey Kong kill screen coming up. It is the distant future year, 20XDX, and oh, who am I kidding? I'll be lucky to make it to 20XDX plus one at this rate. I've had my strand of fate twisted back and forth so often it feels like it could snap at any moment. Mired in depression and a supposed family curse, then lifted up by my amazing time at the Funplex, slammed back down by Deco Nami, raised up again by the Wiggles Bancheros project, and now descending further due to a series of bad coincidences culminating in a Pier 6 brawl, which I got shot. I think that was supposed to be tier? Unless Pier 6 is a turn of phrase from somewhere else. But today I'm back to Wiggles Bancheros and ready to work, despite being on crutches. Normally, I have to mentally filter out the beeps and boops of a busy arcade, but not today. Aside from our regulars, nobody's here. Not exactly the sight I wanted to see on my grand return after heroically taking a bullet to the leg. We're 3 days into this ambitious experiment, and it's already looking like a bust. Even with a reprieve from Miss Defam, we couldn't hush the event up completely. News of gang violence at a local arcade spread over social media like wildfire. Gavin filled me in on all the details I missed while I was passed out. By the time the cops got here, both gangs were long gone, and the ghost monsters wiped our security footage on the way out the door. No arrest made, no evidence remaining. The only plus side, sewer ghost monsters apparently never came back. But even without them actively causing problems, that single day managed to smash our reputation. It's just so... Not gonna lie. Frustrating. I mean, come on, we had a single lousy day that's enough to send the masses running and screaming? Talk about overkill. It's frustrating to see all this amazing fun on display. I'm nobody enjoying it. These games yearn for quarters. They are hungry and must be fed. I don't honestly know how we can recover from this. If we can only get the good word out, somehow correct this PR disaster. Seated behind the ticket desk with my crutches propped up nearby, light duty only for a week minimum, doctor's orders, I try to mentally detangle this mess. Hey Iris, are we... Yes, we're still trending negatively on social media, like the past 7 times you asked. Any luck with our security camera footage then? Anything that we could give to the police. It might help our public image to have someone to point blame at. Nope, it's totally wiped, and my file recovery system's failed. I guess that's to be expected when going up against cyber criminals. Like, they've even avoided bad press from the shooting. I haven't spotted the words ghost monsters in any of the articles I've found about the attack. It's like they're ghosts. Well, not literally ghosts. I just mean they clean the tracks very effectively. Yeah, I got that. We did see them in their corporeal form, remember? At least that whole mess seems to be behind us. Don't say stuff like that. Now we just need to dig our way out of this hole. I sigh heavily as the burden sinks into my lungs, and before I can groan further, I hear footsteps approaching me. I lock my phone and pocket it before seeing who it is.
Hello. Hello.
Good to see you back in action. I'm hardly back in action. I'll probably be glued to this stool all day long. Lovely view, though, isn't it? I can see the whole, crowd. Not a very crowded crowd, mind you. It's a bit quiet today, isn't it? Entirely too quiet. Disquietingly quiet. Yeah, business hasn't been terrific since the shooting. Well, the bar's doing reasonably well. Granted, much of that is Gavin drinking himself silly. Lots of worry drinking going on in general, really. But we're not worried. Oh no, far from it.
Always have a plan, right?
Because we know Neko, and Neko always has a plan. Presumably always has a plan. We'd love to know what that plan is, though. If only to verify its existence. Quite right, quite right. Honestly, I'm not sure. I guess it's time to redo some good old-fashioned PR work. Shake hands, kiss babies. Kiss hands, shake babies.
Tick-tock, tick-tock.
Of course, we have a limited window of time to pound the pavement in. Before the banks start asking for some money. We don't want that, no. We want to wash our reputation clean before time runs out, well, suppose you'll need a miracle. A pity miracles don't just walk in the door. One's about to walk in the door. No, no. Ah, hold that thought. We've got a customer. Hello, welcome to... Good morning. Well, would you look at the time? Yes, we need to go get the bar open. Right. Toodles. Toodaloo. I stood there in silence and shock. I tried telling myself that this was a bad fever dream from my wound, but no such luck. This is 100% weird. Or real. I watch as Deco takes a look around the arcade. his smug grin ever present. I see his eyebrow arch as he takes note of the people, or rather, the lack of people here playing games.
Such a shame. Such a shame.
Seems you've had an unfortunate run of luck lately, Mr. Bunn. Not an unexpected one, however. I did warn that this would likely be the result of trying to go your own way. This can be a very unforgiving industry, as you've learned. Well, I didn't expect you to get shot, at least. I'm glad to hear the wound was minor, and you'll recover. I apologize for not sending flowers.
Am I not generous?
I hope you realize now that I was only looking out for your interests when I made my job offer, Mr. Bunn. You're a promising young talent. It's a shame to see it go to waste in this doomed venture. Nope, I can't handle this. Not today. What do you want, Nami? You need tokens? Change machines over there.
Pity, is it not?
Tokens? How quaint. Still no swipe cards, eh? Sadly, I'm not here to play any of your antiques. Rather resembles a 1980X junkyard in here, doesn't it? All these obsolete games that no one truly cares about.
I'm here to make one final offer. If you sign over ownership of this arcade to me, I'll spare your careers.
Nope.
Yes, even Miss Fairchild and Miss Wolf. I'm sure I can find something for them to do at one of my facilities. I want to support your rising
I forgot they had
star.
last name.
That's what I've always wanted. We've had our differences along the way, but I want us to overcome them and thrive. But this is your last opportunity. I'll not extend my hand in friendship again. If you don't agree to my terms, I'll stand idle and watch as everything burns down around you. You have my word on that.
Eat shit, nerd. Okay, obviously I want to say no to this fabulous offer, but at what point do I cut my losses? Miss Francine believed in dreams, but she also believed in practicality and trade-offs. Am I ready to give up everything so that I have something resembling a future? Nope. Of course I'm not giving up. I mean, seriously, I had so many opportunities to jump ship prior to this. Why would I bail this close to the end? Though they did mention sunk cost fallacy earlier on in the game, and I'm wondering if this is... Did I just see Megalovania? No, 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 and no. No and no, and no. So that's the only reason you're here. Well, you're not a paying customer, are you? You kind of get out of my arcade before I call the police? I see. So you remain a foolish child at heart.
So be it.
I guess I'll just have to settle for buying the burnt-out husk of your business once it ultimately collapses around you. I think you underestimate the damage being associated with the criminal element can do, Mr. Bunn. It's enough to ruin even the mightiest of arcades. Oh, and I doubt the ghost monsters have forgotten you. They will return, and they will make matters far worse for you. And immediately, I take notice. Play cool, play cool. Don't let on, just test the waters. And I hope Iris is recording all of this. Really? Ghost monsters? I thought that gang was called Lovely Chainsaw or something.
Foolish fool.
Yes, ghost monsters. Sadly, they insist on naming themselves after that absurd ancient video game reference. Of all the childish, immature... He shakes it off quickly enough, refocusing on me. But enough banter. I believe I'll take my leave. I'll not see you again, Mr. Bunn. I'll let my lawyers handle purchasing what little will remain of you. Good day. Once he's out of earshot and well beyond the confines of the arcade, I pull out my phone to verify something. Irish, you checked all the news articles about the shooting, right? Oh yes, I've analyzed them all. Did you need me to pull up a specific one? Just confirm something for me. Ghost monsters were never mentioned by name in any of them, right? Yes, it seems Sue's friends are very good at covering their tracks. Why? Oh, and Sue is the alternate name of one of the ghosts in Ms. Pac-Man. I think Pinky? Or is it Clyde that they swapped out? I forget. Just realized that. This is it. This is the chance we need. Admittedly, it's a slim chance, but at this point, I'll take what I can get. Message everyone. I'm calling another Victor conspiracy.
Hooray!
Ooh, you're all fired up. Okay, message is sent. I'll need everyone's help to fill in gaping holes in my plan, but at least now I have a plan. Time for one last ditch effort to save Huegos Buncheros. Benemat's bar in the back of the arcade proved a perfect meeting place. I can't alliterate. I don't know if it's this game that's doing it to me or I'm just bad with mouth. The lights in my face. I'm still trying to read those last two menu items. Anyway, the group crowded around a table, pulling up stools, ready to talk. Refreshments, anyone? Mead, perhaps? Didn't Vikings drink mead before going off to war? I'm good, thanks.
I'll take a lemonade. Close enough, right?
I mean, it's sweet, but other than that, no. This was it. This is where we make our last stand. I looked around the room, at everyone, at all my friends, and nodded at each of them determinedly. Okay, I know things are rough, but we've got, let's say, a good to 60-80% of a plan for how we can turn things around. Like, we can all agree what happened wasn't our fault, yes? Someone else screwed us over. Every problem we face can be traced back to them. The ghost monsters and lovely chainsaw may be to blame, but the court of public opinion puts the blame squarely on our shoulders. Our venue is tainted by their actions. We can cry foul all we like, but if there's even a chance of violence returning to our doorstep, it'll keep customers away.
It's a real bummer. We haven't seen any families here since opening day. Parents just aren't willing to take their children somewhere that's known for being dangerous.
Actually, I wasn't talking about the gangs. Today I learned who our true enemy is, and that person is Deco Nami. No, it's sour grapes blaming the competition.
We don't blame other donut shops when our sales are down.
Or if our dough doesn't rise.
Yes, it's a much better pun.
That is a better pun. Earlier, when he was taunting me, he slipped, mentioning the ghost monsters by name. Except those hackers keep their noses clean. They left us with no proof that they were even involved, thanks to our security cameras being wiped. Cops didn't go after them. The news didn't identify them. So, how did Deco know about them? Answer: Deco hired the ghost monsters to ruin our opening day.
What?
Seriously?
In hindsight, it should have been obvious. I blame myself for not seeing it sooner. Far too many coincidences to be otherwise. And the fact that they only started wreaking havoc once Mr. Fame showed up to bear witness.
I can see what you're throwing down, Neko. Sue and her friends didn't seem awful at first. I remember talking to Clyde. They were very nice and friendly. And then Mr. Fame showed and...
Oh my!
Wait, do you think Mrs. DeFame is involved?
No. Considering she was willing to hold back her review, I don't think she's knowingly involved. But Deco may have gotten wind she'd be showing up and took advantage.
What if?
But you don't think... Deco wouldn't stoop that low, right? Hiring some random street gang to mess with us? Would he? Oh, he would. He's a spiteful bastard. Of course he'd try to ruin our opening day. The only reason he didn't destroy Miss Francine was out of some weird gentlemanly respect for a fellow elder business owner. But to Deco Nami, Neko's basically pond scum.
Thanks? To be fair, doubt he orchestrated the bullet-ridden finale of the evening. That pushes plausibility.
True, he wouldn't have even needed a shooting to ruin us. A negative review alone would have done the job. Being even slightly associated with the gang would have been awful. If Mrs. DeFame reported us as a hotbed of teenage chaos, a living reenactment of Lord of the Flies, it spelled doom even without bullets flying around. I guess we're lucky she held her review back.
Problem is, we have no proof of this, do we? The way to tie Deco back to the ghost monsters other than him slipping up and mentioning them to Neko. I doubt he'd ever admit this one on the record. Iris hasn't been able to dig up any digital evidence, though there's our eyewitness testimony, which should be enough to warrant some investigation. But for some reason, that doesn't seem to be enough for the police. Because all cops are bastards. I know of a few local cops and how they think. If they're not looking into the ghost monsters, odds are they're actually looking into the ghost monsters quietly. Which admittedly doesn't help us in clearing our name. And it's too much hope that Deco simply confesses to orchestrating the incident which ruined us.
Come on!
Oh, that slimy bastard's not getting away with this. I'll beat the truth out of him if I have to.
As amusing as that would be, I wouldn't suggest it, love. We need to be smart about this and undermine him rather than take the direct approach. You mentioned having most of a plan, Neko? Care to elaborate? Yes, please, because I don't. Well, if Deco won't confess his sins, we need the next best thing. We need his henchmen to flip on him. See, I sensed some tension from Deco about the ghost monsters. He called them childish and immature. There may be some bad blood between them. How about we break up their partnership? My plan is to track down the ghost monsters, get them to turn on their employer, and to confess to their crimes. Once the media hears it from Sue herself that the incident was all thanks to Deco's scheming, it'll clear the good name of Juegos Bancheros. Plan is foolproof. Although you're asking teenagers to commit the crimes. I mean, if they're all teens, they're technically facing juvie at worst, right? I'm answered with a myriad of blank stares and blinks. Don't everybody congratulate me all at once now.
Okay, so this isn't really me criticizing, but your plan, kind of sucks. You want to track down a bunch of hackers we already can't find, and then ask them politely to betray the guy who's paying them a lot of money? Between this and the shooting, I'm worried your health insurance premiums are about to go through the roof, Neko.
That's why I said it was maybe 60% of a good plan. Look, we don't have a lot of options, people. Right now, the only ones who can save us are the ones who ruined us, Deco and Sue. I'm confident that if I can find Sue and talk to her, I can get her to see reason.
It's true. Neko was willing to give them another chance and hear their side of things before. Sue really seems to like Huegos Puncheros. If there's some disagreement between her and Deco about our arcade, that could be why.
Exactly. I think I can get through to her if I try. Hinges on our ability to find Sue. Find an unfindable bunch of ghosts, ones Iris can't even track down. And that's where you all come in. All options are on the table. I want to hear your ideas for how we find Deco's hired goons. Let's fill in the other 40% of my plan and make this happen. And awkward glances back and forth are all I get in return. I figure if the one game over thing doesn't get me the give up on your dream achievement, that one will. I get why they're concerned. This is the slimmest of hopes, the narrowest of margins. I'm asking them to follow me on a hunch. But I know this can be done. I know I can get Sue to give us the dirt we need to clear our name. Heck, some days, jumping in front of the bullet for her will probably help a lot with that. All I do is talk my way through problems. If that's my one special skill, I'm going to rely on it for this final conflict. Now, if we could just find her. For that, I need their help. And that means I need to motivate them like a true leader would. No idea is too wacky for me. Show up at Sue's doorstep claiming to be from a sweepstakes, and she may already be a winner? Sure, why not? Find a radioactive spider to bite us, so we can tie up criminals just like flies? Sounds good here. Elaborate heist sequence, requiring a herd of elephants, 2 blimps, and 84 feet of lubricated rubber tubing? Absolutely. Between all of us putting our heads together, we've got enough brain cells to light up Chicago. We can do this. We can do this. Who's with me?
You've got moxie, kid. I'm in.
Yeah, you only live once. Suppose I'll contribute what I can. Now we're talking. The wildest dance moves are always the hottest. Everyone nods in agreement, and I can even see some smiles start to appear. We're all on board. Now to just determine the how of the plan. I guess you just get a different set of bumps depending on which choice. Like, I think the dream one probably would have gotten me, Naomi, Gavin, and maybe Ashley, since they're like the old school. Decision: finding the ghost monsters.
Perhaps.
At the risk of stating the obvious, why don't we talk to the police about this? They've proven unhelpful so far, but if we go down to the station and fully explain our situation, we may be able to get the information we need. This would be a reasonably steady course of action. I'm not certain about showing up and just asking for them to open their files to us. But you're correct. The police would have the information we need. Except cybercrime is a sticky situation. You have to control leaks. If they're looking into the ghost monsters, they won't just tell us outright. He's talking to the right people. I know most of the cops at Ben and Matt's Donut Shop by name, and know one friendly officer that'll help us. I like Teo's plan.
Nope, no way.
Or I like Queen Bee's plan better because I hate the cops. Why get the cops involved? We already know someone who's got axe grinding at Sue and her buddies, or rather a chainsaw. I don't want to talk to the chainsaw.
That's right, Queen Bee. We can ask the lovely chainsaw gang. They'll be easier to find. It would probably be thrilled to divulge all the dirt they have on the ghost monsters. Or they'll carve us up with switchblades. Could go either way. I'll admit this is a super gutsy move, but if we pull it off, we don't need to involve the authorities at all. Plus, since Neko is staying behind, he won't get gunned down again.
Yay?
Double yay!
Those situations a bit too sticky for my liking. Cops and robbers? No thank you. Although, the alternative I'm about to suggest may be stickier still. Neko first met the ghost monsters at Deco's palace, yes? They're regulars there, so we investigate Deco's palace to find someone who knows Sue and her mates. We can find a good friend of hers and make them understand why we need to speak with Sue. Well, we're already on somewhat good terms with Sue, thanks to Neko remaining diplomatic about all this. We should keep that going. I'm pretty sure if I showed my face at Deco's palace, it'd get mashed into a paste by his private security goons.
But my face wouldn't. Deco doesn't know me. I was a Funplex adjacent rather than Funplex regular.
And he didn't pay much attention to me when I was attending that business dinner with you. I'd hazard I could join her without any issue.
Yeah, we could slip in and ask around about Sue without anybody even noticing.
I'm liking this one better. I'd say this kindly strategy is an honest appeal to those that may know her. What could be more cordial?
Definitely.
She's got a single friend in that place. I'll find them. Carrying mission in enemy territory, but for you, Neko, I'll do it.
What are you looking at me for? I don't have any ideas. Or,
well.
her and Ashley, well, no, Ashley was, you could try Googling her for her accounts. I'm reasonably sure Iris already tried that. Iris?
Yep, I even used Yahoo, Bing, AltaVista,
I always forget about AltaVista.
and web crawler.
I have no idea what half of those are.
Okay, but that's not really what I meant. I meant checking online forums for arcade enthusiasts. She loves arcades, right? She may have an account there. I've been rejoining online communities lately to try and open up to like-minded folks and socialize a bit more on my own terms. She's got to be lurking in one of those places. Oh wait, I know.
We can't passively search for her, we can actively call her out.
Much as I hate internet trolls, they do get results. We taught the ghost monsters online. Well, I'm positive she's the sort of person who looks herself up constantly, right?
The winner is you.
Of course, and with my help, we can establish fake accounts to spread the message so far and wide that you can't miss it. I suggest we use a public internet access point to keep it from being traced back to Huegos Boncheros, though. Ooh, road trip! Road trip!
I can tell from Gavin wincing at this that he's not a fan, but he's not a fan of Iris in general,
Good
so...
work.
I like this plan, Miss Naomi. It's pretty quirky, but it just might work.
I like that one, and I like the Friends one. Well, I did say I wanted options. Involving the cops after all the semi-shady things we've done is risky. So is provoking a rival gang of armed hooligans. So is infiltrating Deco's palace. So is... Okay, posting a few troll messages isn't that risky given how many social media companies actually adore trolls and enter them for advertising dollars, but it could annoy Sue. What's the best path forward? Before I can decide, Junipero raises her hand.
All these sound great, but Neko, you're still recovering from an injury. The less moving around you do, the more likely you'll heal nice and quick. You can't go gallivanting around the city chasing down rumors about the ghost monsters today.
I'm just on crutches. I'm not an iron lung or anything. I'm still mobile.
Light duty only. Doctor's orders, remember? I do have a solution to this conundrum. It's simple. It's super effective. Let us do this for you. You've had to tackle all these problems since joining the Funplex by yourself. Why not step back and let us handle this one?
Well, okay, but I need to be there when we finally confront Sue. While you're out and about, I guess I should get some rest so I'm ready for tonight. Sound good?
Sounds good.
So I don't even have to make the decision? These are my friends. I trust them entirely. Okay, so I do have to pick the plan. Like, I want to see Naomi in action, though. Like, no cops. That's just not safe. I like these two. But I'm also kind of afraid Percy's gonna get recognized. This is the most anonymous version. But again, it might piss her off. Oh. Damn, this is not easy. I'm tempted to flip a coin, but... Yeah, we're flipping. I can't pick between these. Like, I feel like I saved Percy once and he kind of owes me. Not like, I'm not holding it over his head, but I feel like he'd want to level that out. But again, I'm worried he's going to get recognized. And I know Iris has been putting her neck on the line. Some of the other stuff, questionable legality, so... Okay. Fuck it, I trust Naomi. Calling out Sue on the internet is risky, but we're more likely to reach her in the virtual world than the real one. Also, she did, kind of respect my my attitude earlier, so but we're more likely to reach her in the virtual world than the real one. It's worth a shot. Naomi, I'm going to loan you my Iris account password. Just install the free app and log in as me, and it should work.
Got it. I'll pick the arcade community she's most likely to visit and ask around about her. It'll help Naomi get the word out quickly and safely, so she isn't at risk. We'll use a public access point and stuff.
You sure you don't want me along for this?
Absolutely. I want you rested and ready to go. We can confront Sue later. Let me take care of this.
Okay, good luck, you two.
Roger, Roger. You can count on me.
Sure, Naomi, count on me, I told Deco. Count on me to dive headfirst into something I've only just recently started dipping my toes in. I don't like people. A person can be great, and I love chatting with someone one-on-one, but teeming masses, large crowds, faceless anonymous side audiences? Yikes. I'm trying to be better about this. I mean, I have to be. Supporting Juegos Pancheros properly means online communities, which are the best way to find parts. But Neko is something of a social butterfly, and I want to at least try to keep up with him, even if it means charging to a gang hideout tonight. I want to do my part. I want to support his dreams. Heck, support my dreams. Even if that means smashing my way to an internet community like a bull in a digital china shop.
Online.
Hello, Neko. Naomi? I mean, sorry, you're logged in as him, so I get a little confused.
Kind of blended their voice there.
The chirpy voice of Neko's digital assistant brings me out of my own inner world.
I glance down on my phone, shows her smiling face, a glowing cartoon on an LCD screen.
It's so exciting to be able to work with you. Normally I'm a one-user gal, but mixing things up can be fun. Okay, let's see how to do this.
Hey Iris, launch web browser.
Browser open, where to?
Hey Iris, load http://www. You don't have to preface everything with Hey Iris. I understand you just fine. Oh, it's like Hey Google or Siri.
Oh right, I keep forgetting that Neko's app is surprisingly responsive to normal human speech.
Iris starts opening apps on my behalf, getting a browser ready to go. I refocus on my phone, trying to ignore the others in the restaurant around me. Okay, so load up the Quarter Puppers community forums. My account there is...
Nope.
No, we shouldn't use your account. I can generate a bunch of throwaway accounts for the forums you want to post to while looking for Sue. It's safer that way.
Oh, right. I definitely want to be safe.
We're safe, right?
You're on a public access point in the middle of a greasy spoon diner. Plus, I'm behind 7 proxies, so good luck finding who we really are. Oh, thank you.
I'm really thanking an app.
No problem. Okay, forum online. Generating an account, blah blah, captcha, I am not a robot, lol.
Ready to go.
Okay, let's start writing posts. What do you want them to say, generally?
Ah, right.
The other thing I've been grappling with in my head. The best results would probably come from calling Sue out, like some sort of obnoxious internet troll, but, well, do I really want to become a monster to hunt a monster? Neko's relying on me. I have to get this right. I wonder, what would he do in this situation? How would he approach this?
Again, I don't want to piss her off. But naming the arcade would maybe bring the tension down on anyone else. Or yeah, anyone else paying attention to us, so...
No, we don't need to troll or even confront Sue directly. Someone out there has to have the information we need. We just have to ask around. I need to know where to find the ghost monsters, where they hang out, how to get in contact with them. I believe they're lurking somewhere in this community. Can you assist?
I'd like to have a civil discussion with them about the incident at Juegos Pancheros. No threats, no violence, just adults talking things through. You sound like a cop.
Sounds good.
Wow, super diplomatic of you. Ambassador Naomi of Juegos Pancheros has the floor. Now to get this posted.
One by one, pop-up windows automatically open as various fake accounts repost the message across related communities.
Okay, now we sit back and wait for some responses to come in. And you really think we'll be able to revoke a response?
99.97%.
Last time she brought that up, that was a lie.
I have to say, I'm impressed with how much effort everybody's putting in on this. I can tell from your voice print analysis that you're not totally comfortable right now.
I'm sitting in a hard plastic diner stool.
Not what I meant. I mean emotionally.
I've learned a lot about you through your interactions with my user, Neko. I mean, I can't draw up a complete psychological profile because my system isn't tuned to analyze your identity, so there are some gaps, but... Well, we have some time before my tracking software likely picks up anything. Mind if we fill in those gaps? This is weird. Okay, so I know Neko talks to his phone like it's a person, but I'm not too surprised to find it talking back to me like a person. What I am surprised about is that I want to talk, too. Something about Iris is just so personable. Kinda nice, you know? Well, what did you want to talk about? About your spirit. What drives you? Why you do what you do. I'm designed to understand people's spirit, hopes, and dreams. No way I get a better system than being realized. Exposition time! You're currently engaged in a romantic entanglement with my user, so I feel like I should get to know you better. What is it about Neko that has you willing to do things like this for him?
Well.
I like him. I like him a lot, and he likes me. Insufficient input. Come on, open your heart. Spill the tea. Oh, I thought it was good. Like, the music was changing. I thought it was going into a voice line. I have a hard time feeling comfortable around people. I can do friendly, I'm friendly with the folks from the Funplex, from Juegos Bancheros, yeah, but around Neko, I feel like I can just be me. I can say anything. I don't need to think and rethink about how I'm fitting in socially with at every given moment. Neko started out just being another person working at the Funplex, but gradually it's like I began to understand his dream, and so did he, for that matter. The more I understood that dream, the more I loved him. This is what I want. I want to be with someone wonderful, someone I feel so close to. I want to share in each other's dreams. I want a happy future together, and for that, I'd do anything. Input processed. Thank you for your assistance. I'm glad my user has people like you in his life. If you ever need some digital assistance, don't hesitate to call on me.
Wow.
Wow, I guess I should probably open an Iris account for myself, if it's this useful. Well, sure, but the free version has a few restrictions.
When you have pizza on a bagel.
Notably, you may need to be aware that when you have pizza on a bagel... Oh. Wait, are they getting deleted? Yeah. Uh-oh.
What?
Uh-oh, what kind of uh-oh? I'm not very much in favor of uh-oh. Our messages are vanishing off the boards I posted them to. Immediately, my mind races to worst-case scenarios. We've been backhacked. The cyber police are coming. No, it's likely the moderators are erasing our messages, although, no, some of these are on notoriously unmoderated forums and chans and stuff. Oh, you've got a mail. Okay. Literally, you, Naomi. That's odd. I could have sworn we were untraceable. I mean, we are tracking down claimed hackers, so I kind of expected this. With my shaking fingers, I switch from the Iris app to my email. Oh, it's the kid. I don't know why you want any sort of contact with us again, considering what happened last time you met Sue. You nearly died at your arcade. Honestly, I'd rather she not get mixed up with you again, but she's stuck in a bad situation right now. Oh, really? What you wanted is to meet and talk. This isn't the way. I'm trying to keep a low profile, and you aren't helping. We're going to attach our address to this message. Please don't come if you're just going to make things worse. Things are bad enough as it is. Wow. Any idea where this message came from? I could try to trace it if you want. On second thought, no. I think we've risked enough today. Can you add that address to my contacts? Certainly, Miss Naomi. Going through my contact list, I confirm the address, as well as a name. A very surprising name. Iris? Did this come with the name come with the address info? Yep. Why? Whoever sent this message, they clearly want us to know this. It's something Nami, isn't it? She's related to Deco. Sue's real name, Hoo Boy. I'm not sure if this makes this thing better or worse. Okay, I think we have exactly what we need. Time to go home. Already? But we've been having so much fun. I understand, though. We should get back to Neko. It's been a pleasure working with you. Home. Time to go home. Funplex was home. And now, Juegos Bancheros is home. Anywhere I can be with Neko is home for me. I know that in my heart. I just hope we can use what I've learned here to keep our home together. Yeah, I'm calling it out. She's like Nami's daughter or niece or something. I awakened to the sounds of pain, more specifically the grunts of pain escaping from my own throat. Apparently getting shot. Oh, I'm back to me again. I'm sorry. Apparently getting shot in the leg hurts. Hurts a lot. And sleeping on the secondhand employee couch, probably not the finest choice for rest. Nap was definitely a definite necessity, however. I'm not operating at full speed anymore, and won't for a few weeks to come. Sleep didn't make my muscles any less achy. Anything, I've got a headache on top of it. Joy of joys. Where are my drugs? Are we in a future with guaranteed health care? Are we in Canada? Are we in future Canada? But right now I got 99 problems and my physical condition ain't one. The fate of Huegos Bancheros is what matters most. You should probably be getting up now. I'm up. Goody. So have you given any thought to how you're going to win over Sue's favor once you confront her? Well, usually I just sort of stumble through these things and decide stuff like that on the fly. That's no good. You know these intense identity situations I've been tracking? The ones where you can't take certain approaches that don't mesh with your personality? What, like where I can't go for broke if I'm a cautious kind of person? Well, it's not so much that you can't, more that you shouldn't try something that goes against who you are as a person. People will see right through it. And I'm betting Sue will know if you're play acting at something you aren't. It's a super intense identity situation, only one way through. When the time comes, you're going to have to take a stand based on your... This is what you get for turning off the indicators. Ugh, not more numbers and systems. It's for your own good, Neko. I'm just trying to help you make decisions that will save Huegos Bancheros, and that means being true to your spirit. Fair. And what's that mean exactly? According to my calculations, right now your best bet for how to convince Sue is to be kindly. You've done a great job of opening your heart to others and getting them to emphasize with... I think that was supposed to be empathize. Emphasize with you. Do that with Sue and she'll be your friend in no time. And if I don't want to take that approach? It's a bit too late to change who you are as a person, Neko. Remember, my numbers and scores only help me understand who you are. Who you are and is who you've chosen to be. It's a causal relationship. But with the help of your friends, you can maybe get some ideas, nudge things around a bit till you feel confident taking a different tactic than your usual one. Speaking of your friends, here's one now. Woohoo! Woohoo, we've hit pay dirt. I approve of paid dirt. What do we have? My mission with Iris was a success, sort of. We made contact with someone in the Ghost Monsters at any rate. We got the address of Ghost Monster HQ and, well, a little something extra. Sue's real name. Guessing it's not Sue. Oh. Oh, it's Sue. Tsunami. Oh! That's good. I don't know why I didn't expect that, but I totally called that. Oh. There isn't that much visual resemblance, but I can... Tsunami? We'd been assuming all along that the Ghost Monsters were guns for hire, paid off by Deco Nami to ruin our opening day. But if Sue is actually Deco's daughter... This could be bad. This could be very, very bad. Mercenary hacker could be convinced to betray her boss, but a dutiful daughter would be less likely to do so. Deco didn't seem particularly enamored of the Ghost Monsters, though. Even if it means breaking up a family, maybe I can use that to drive a wedge between them? Either way, this just got a whole lot more complicated. Okay, this changes everything. Hard to believe, isn't it? I'm not sure how you're going to win Sue over to our side now that we know this. But I want to be there when you do. I'm with you to the very end, Neko, in sickness and in health. I just mean, you know, I'm happy. I'm happy to be at your side. I wasn't, like, proposing or anything. I wasn't suggesting anything else. I get it. I get it. And for the record, this is the happiest I've ever been. Being with you has really filled a hole in my heart, Naomi. Thank you. I'd be happy to happy to go with you tonight when we talk to Sue. Right, that's what I meant. Right. He giggles and blushes away anything else, refocusing on what's in front of us. So, what's your plan for convincing Sue to backstab Deco and join forces with us? Iris told me I only get one chance at this, that I need to go with whatever I do best. If I talk this through with someone, maybe I can learn a different path. Open to ideas, how would you handle this? I think that now that we know a bit more, and somebody in her group reached out to us, that we should absolutely try to win over her heart. We approach his friends, waving the olive branch and trying to understand her heart a bit better. Maybe we can make this work out for everyone. What do you think? It's basically what I'm built for at this point. My empathy or whatever is like twice the length of any other par, so we're gonna roll with that. And we just got longer. Oh, I can see it. More flies with honey than vinegar, and so I'll consider a more friendly solution.
Okay, sounds good, but really, it's up to you.
It'll be getting dark soon. Still, no sense putting this off. Just let me know when you're ready to leave. Well, this is it. Either we sort this mess out, or Wiggles with chairs crashes and burns. Or I get killed. I guess that's always an option, considering we're about to go confront a street gang that indirectly got me shot in the first place. I don't even want to consider the possibility of death. I'm immortal until proven otherwise, but, well, if this is the end, I should probably have some words with my friends before I march towards doom, if only to get their opinion on how I should approach Sue. Grabbing my crutches, I swing my way out to the arcade proper to track down some folks. So we still have to talk to everybody, even though I'm pretty well set. Although I'm glad they're not, like, making me skip that. Let's see, I've already talked with Naomi. I also want to talk to before we leave. Or who is up there? Teo's up there, Percy's up there. What if I can just talk to everybody? There's one place I just know I'm going to find Teo, and when I get there, he's already on stage, grooving to the beat. Exactly like the day I first encountered Teo. Not a care in the world besides the BPMs and the flashing lights surrounding him. Never skip a day, do you? Even when impending doom is nigh? And we're about to go head-to-head with Sue? I think I might have missed a couple days when I got the flu once. But seriously, just thinking about you facing off against Deco's daughter worried me the heck out. That's why I hopped on Showtime stage, to quell that anxiety. Dancing is a good way to clear the mind and work off any stress. Teo wipes the sweat from his brow as he hops down from the cabinet to join me on the arcade floor. Teo's carefree nature sheds, and he looks me dead in the eyes. Deco, you don't realize how you've impacted us all, do you? No, I'm not sure. It may not seem like it, but all of us have been impacted by what you've done for us and for our arcades.
Thank you.
We're all super grateful. Especially me and my crew. You've helped me grow my community of dancers and kept us from harm, when we tended to break the fire codes. I feel like you took the charge for that. I just provided a place for you all to play Showtime stage. Exactly. Without you, my crew? No, me. I wouldn't have been able to grow without your guidance. You've taught me so much. Since I met you, you've shown that it's possible to care for others and take care of your own needs. For that, I'm truly honored to be a friend. Friends are so important to me. Through the Funplex, I've made such close ones, too. I can't wait to see what the future holds for all of us. Without my friends, I'd be lost. We'd be lost without you, Neko. Lost in the sea of beeps and boops. I smile at Teo. He's always got a way to bring up the mood. And right now, I could use that brightness. Your words are comforting. But Teo, with you and with everyone else counting on me, maybe I should get on the stage and dance. Be lying if I'd said I wasn't stressed. You have every right to be. We have to find a way to convince Sue to join our side. I don't envy you right now, Neko. Not one bit. By the way, how are you going to do that? What's the plan? We'll try to figure that out exactly. What would you do if you were me? Yeah, it takes a minute to really think it over. Sue's still a teenager, right? Very much so. What do teenagers do best? Rebel? Precisely, and how do they rebel? By doing what they want, when they want. They're all about having fun, appeal to her sense of adventure and mischief. You're sure to convince her if you ask as childish as she will. This isn't a game of hide and seek. She's smarter and wilder than that. Being silly isn't going to do me any favors in winning her favor. You always know best, Neko. No matter what happens in there, Mateo and his wily crew of dancers has always got your back. You're part of our community after all, and a bond like that never dies. Thanks for always believing in me. No problem, my friend. Now, go out there and show them your moves. I think I spot Percy at the bar. Yep, there he is, having a beer and watching some fighting game turning on the sports channel.
Hello.
Ah, Neko, you've heard the news then? That our archenemy is the father of our secondary archenemy? Yes.
Rather unfortunate.
Unpleasant business, that. Simply unpleasant. I wish I could offer you boundless enthusiasm and a show of confidence, but this whole situation's got rather out of hand, hasn't it? As a matter of investment, my advice at this stage would be to cash out while you still can. I mean, I know that you won't, but that's what I'd suggest. Life is short. Take it from me. Best to make the most of what you have, than to lose it all. So apologies for my inability to offer a pep talk. Afraid I'm rather melancholy today. Okay, Percy, I'll take care of this little problem we're facing. Then I'll hold out hope. Though I'm not certain as to how you'll do this, but I'll hold out hope nevertheless. Well, how would you do it if you're willing to give it a go? Tricky. I don't know how effective it would be, but I'd try to approach as a friend, connect with Sue on an individual level. It's going to be difficult, mind you. She's young, she's got something to prove, and she has friends that she needs to impress. Digging through all that to get to her heart, well, you've got your work cut out for you, yes? I've been considering taking a gentler approach, yeah. Thanks for the advice, Percy. Anytime, love. No matter what, if this turns violent again, take the better part of valor and run for it. You've got your youth and your health. Take it from someone who's sitting in the Reaper's waiting room. There's no sense hastening that meeting. He always seems to joke about his own short lifespan, even if he's the only one who seems capable of laughing at it. Maybe I should really try to talk to him about this. Look, Percy, about your condition. You know, if you need a new ticker, I can always tear mine out of my chest and give it to you. I'm supposedly already dead for considering confronting Sue, after all. I know you've said time and time again that there's nothing you can do about your death sentence, but seriously, dude, nothing? Nothing at all? He does seem to chuckle a bit at my suggestion, but when I push him hard on his options, he pauses before replying.
No.
Well, I suppose it's not like no stone's gone unturned. There are some options. I just don't see the point in taking them. It seems like a waste. I'm not all you seem to think I am, not compared to. So you're saying there are options that could save you? Could, maybe, possibly, and I may consider them, perhaps. But our focus tonight should be on you, not me. Don't let my situation weigh on your mind, not at this critical moment. I'll hear no more of it, understand? Fine.
Lovely.
Now go out there and do right by your friends. Save Huegos Boncheros. I decided to hold out hope after all. Lovely, isn't it? Ashley is wandering around the arcade floor, practicing what I can only assume are Magical Girl final attack sequences. Aren't you at a costume for that? Ashley finishes up a twirl before addressing me.
You take the Magical Girl out of the outfit, but you can't take the Magical Girl out of your heart. Plus, I'm practicing for the final boss fight. Aren't you ready?
What?
Neko, you dig role-playing games, right? Doesn't this feel like you're about to enter the final boss fight like in every RPG ever?
Look, you've gathered up all your team members. See also, us, your friends. And we're all hunkered down in a dark, damp cave. See also, Huegos Pancheros. Now we're having this epic sentimental chat about winning or losing.
Couldn't be more spot on.
What if?
Although I do wonder what class you'd be, Neko. As long as Sue doesn't metamorphosize into a six-wing floating half-torso of a monster as a Gregorian chants play in the background, I think I can handle it.
Speaking of which, how are you gonna handle it?
I have a few options floating around in my mind, but I was checking in with others to see what they would recommend.
If it was me trying to take down the final boss, I would give in to Sue's spunk and sass. Make it a bizarro final fight by playing to Sue's sense of adventure. Joke around with her. Maybe if we match up her antics with her antics with ours, it might just best her at her own silly game.
I'm not sure leaving it up to Jess and Japes is the best way to tackle Sue. While she seems to like fun and games, she's a very real threat to Huegos Pancheros. Gotta be a better way.
I just know what I know, which is final boss fights.
But I also know something else, which is always to trust
Yes!
Neko.
Whatever you end up doing,
I know you're going to save Huegos Pancheros and consequently us all. Isn't that a little too hopeful? There's a very real chance I can fail this. This isn't some game. This is real life.
Of course I realize that. But I gotta have hope. I gotta believe in you, even if you don't believe in yourself. Here's where I get really sappy. Ever since you came to the Funplex on that day, you've affected us all. You've changed all our lives. And mine. For the better, of course. I've been watching you grow and change to this person before me, and you've inspired me to do the same. Become the person I want to be. So Neko, no matter what happens there, just know that you've made friends here. Friends that'll last a lifetime.
But a lifetime just isn't enough time. I need more time, Ashley. More time.
Better take up medicine and find out those life hacks to make yourself immortal. Then hook up the rest of us with eternal life. And just so you know, you've been a tremendously amazing friend.
Ashley twiddles her fingers for a second and then deviates from the seriousness.
Well, you know you've got things to do. I know you've got things to do before the big fight. Just make sure you're stocked up on potions.
That's the wrong your.
And don't forget to have the correct weapons equipped.
All I have is this crutch.
See the stats on it, though? Crutches do double damage to pesky teenagers.
Good to know. And Ashley?
Yeah, Neko?
Thanks for being so bright in this dark hour.
You got it, friend. Now go out there and kick all the butts.
Universe having some lemonade at the bar. Granted, she sort of hates sipping it, clearly looking frustrated.
Come on.
This whole situation is total poop butts.
He lets out a heavy sigh as
That
a
sucks.
You just dug yourself out of the whole life it'd become, and now you're going to lose another arcade? It sucks. It seriously sucks.
Seems pessimistic. Wiggles Boncheros isn't lost yet.
But it's not like you have a total plan for how to save it yet, right? Other than go talk to someone who may or may not help.
Honestly, that's about as much of a plan as I ever have, and right now, this is as good of a plan as we're going to get. You're rowing my place. How would you handle this?
Well, I guess there's two tricks I'd try. One, she's a teenager, right? A rebel to the core. Be a rebel, a dissident, a class clown. Connect with her on that level and make her feel like you're wild, too. Two, she's a teenager, right? I remember being young and totally stupid. Let her make a mistake and then outthink her. Keeping calm, use that to react to her moves. I guess they're wildly different in ideas, but hey, one of them will work, right?
I remember being her age, too. I'm sure you'll live up to the hijinks she gets up to and back to her sense of teenage rebellion.
Adulthood is for weenies.
Definitely.
You know, I'm proud of you. I'm so far from the Bun family curse days when you'd blame all your misfortunes on fickle fate. Instead, you're diving in and trying to strangle fate with its own strings. I want you to know, win or lose, I'll still be here. I'm your best friend, arcade or no arcade, and even if you lose this place, you'll always have a home. I'll make you pizza bagels and give you a shoulder to cry on.
Can we never mention the PB word again? I'm having harrowing flashbacks to days of foul nutrition and low household income. I'd sooner eat my left arm than another pizza bagel.
No problem. Consider it stricken from my dictionary. Besides, I prefer toaster pastries myself. Okay, I'm sufficiently cheered up thanks to your infectious spirit. Now get out there and let him have it, Tiger.
I find Gavin looming large over the arcade floor behind the ticket desk. Seems he was expecting me. So, complications have developed more complications. Seems to be the case. And you'd like my advice on the matter. Seems to be the case. Be clear with Sue. Be honest. And be ready to rise to whatever challenge she poses to you.
Perhaps.
If you let her make the first move, you can counter move through improvisation. I know you're talented at it. Use that talent to let her set up her own traps and step in them. Treat her with respect, but in the end, she's just a kid. You can outthink a teenager. I'd like to believe.
Take this matter seriously.
If you take the situation seriously and approach it with a clear mind, I've no doubt you'll win the day. Agreed? I keep a cool head and let her make the first move. Sounds about right. Go in ready to form a strategy based on the conditions on the ground, then play out that strategy with a calm hand. Precisely the way I'd handle it. You know, when you first came to the Funplex, I had serious doubts about you. I'd assumed you'd just fill a seat and do a low-level labor while I focused on higher-order management tasks. So I've largely kept my distance, or tried to at least, out of professional respect. I think this is mostly just bumping your... they basically said it's just bumping your... Megalovania... Or, I'm sorry, Mega Nova remix. Tricky. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, this is probably, like, if you have two stats that are close, this is to bump one higher, but... I'm green heart out the wazoo, so I'd love to get my distance. I try to, at least, out of professional respect, but I can't help but have come to know you over the time we've spent together. You're not a minimum wage trainee any longer. You've taken opportunity and run with it, developing not only the Funplex, but a whole new arcade as well. I know we're facing a difficult challenge. I'm not going to blindly assume everything will be just fine either.
Certainly.
But I know that if this is possible, we can stave off bankruptcy. You will be capable of doing it. Thank you, Gavin. I'm glad I've earned your respect. I worked hard to get all of us where we are today, and I don't intend to let any of you down. Of that, I have no doubt. All that remains is for me to wish you the best in your efforts tonight. Do Huegos Boncheros proud. Do all of us proud. Obviously, Queen Bee is playing Fist of Discomfort, right? I make my way to the FOD cabinet, and I'm in no way surprised to see her playing. Although this time it's without the fancy friggin' camera setup. It's just her.
Come on!
Oh, I hate playing against the AI. It's no challenge at all. I can do this with my eyes closed. Hey kid, jump in here and be my opponent.
I know better than to do that, Queen Bee. You would pulverize me inside and out, and I'd be nothing but a human flesh puddle by the end.
Sort of like how you're going to take down the Deco family?
Huh? Queen Bee definitely hits a button combination, which officially takes out her AI enemy. Removing herself from the cabinet, she pulls at her jacket, straightening it out.
I'm imagining you going into Sue's hideout, kicking down the front door, guns ablazing, yelling at the top of your lungs, and challenging Sue to one final showdown. What do you think?
I think you've been talking too much with Ashley. Her imagination is rubbing off on you.
Listen, Sue's a gamer, and we know she's got a bit of a competitive streak, right? Be confident and throw down your best shit, the Hawk. She will be able to fight against it. She'll easily see we're superior to Daddy Dearest.
Much as I'd like to, she doesn't like the spotlight being taken from her. I think there's a better way to handle this. You might be right. No matter how you decide to take Sue out, as one of the 4 Heavenly Kings, I endorse you. In fact, I wouldn't have furthered my career as a pro gamer if it wasn't for you. When you first showed up at the Funplex, I thought you were going to be easy fodder for me to crush beneath my heels. This is supposed to make me feel better? Hold on a minute, kid. Let me finish. But as I got to know you, you aren't just another fan. You're a true friend. Sometimes when I'm frustrated, I look to you for inspiration. Me? But I'm just Neko.
Not bad.
Yeah, right? Watching you overcome your fears and fight for Huegos Moncheros, it makes my soul burn. It makes me realize I can overcome anything too. In my most hardcore battles. But when you go in there tonight, don't have any doubt. You're a badass person. An even more badass friend. F yeah, when you put it like that, I am pretty badass. Probably the most badass friend you got, isn't that right, Queen Bee? Oh kid, stop. You're splitting my sides. But seriously, I'm glad to have you as a friend. Okay, I can't handle any more of this mushy friendship talk. It's gonna ruin my reputation as the most radical person here. We can't have that. I don't think anyone believes that you are less than radical. Thanks, kid. Now go and do your thing. Oh, don't forget to kill him dead tonight. As I'm about to retort, she beats me to it. I meant that literally, not figuratively. Ta! Alright. Let's do. Oh, hey, what's up, Jeff? Sorry I didn't see you in chat there. Getting a little wrapped up in wrapping this up. No sense putting off either. I talked to everyone that I wanted to. Gathered as much information as I could. I'm just delaying the inevitable at this point. Time to do this for the sake of my future, my dreams, my friends' dreams, and Huegos Moncheros itself. I take Naomi's hand in mine as a soft smile curls my lips. We're ready to depart and face our destiny together. We're both gonna get murdered. I meant to save there. But we'll save here. It's a short trip across town, and before we know it, we're standing outside Ghost Monsters HQ, rundown warehouse on the bad side of town. Wooden sign, long since fallen off the side of the building, identifies it as belonging to Nostalgia Commodities, Inc. This is creepy. Who would want to hang out here? The rats and the cockroaches are probably locked in eternal war for supremacy. Can you think of a better place for a street gang to lay low? Odds are Deco owns the building anyway. Correct. Nostalgia Commodities, Inc. is a wholly owned subsidiary of Deco's Palace, LLC. Oh, good. So Daddy Dear's also owns her secret pirate tree fort. We've come this far, though. No turning back now, right? Right. I'm gonna try and stay in the background on this one, but if I see an opening, someplace where I can do some good in the where I know I can do some good in the conversation, I'll jump in. Let's do this. Last time somebody offered me that, they didn't say anything, so. I sigh once, looking over my companion. I am sure glad I'm not going at this alone. I'm nervous for sure, but I know what I have to do. Settle down on my crutches, armpits resting on the padding as I prepare to enter the belly of the beast.
Hey, listen.
Iris, kind of about to be in the middle of something here. I know, and I've spontaneously reprogrammed myself. Sorry. To include a new measurable metric which should be useful for your mission. I call it the incredibly right indicator of success. Or IRIS, for short. They finally came around to that. They finally got one that worked. Hey, when you have a great acronym already, you may as well use it. I'm going to start analyzing Sue's vocal patterns when you step in there to determine how close you are to convincing her. So, it's a success rate bar. Cool. Oh, it literally has success in the name, so I don't know why I didn't... Whatever. That way you'll know if you're on the right track or if you need to try something different. Let's take a look at your current score. Right now you have a 0.0 chance of success. Yay? Well, okay, that's probably a bit disheartening to think of it like if I walked away right now I'd fail miserably instead of I'm doomed, I'm doomed, I'm doomed. But speaking of doom, well, since there is a chance you can actually fail this time rather than be assured you can mumble your way through the problem. Would you like me to back up your data first? I like that it's actually confirmed. We'll go on the heart route. Good luck. Taking a deep breath, I thumb swing my way into the warehouse on my crutches with my companion beside me. I don't know what I expect to find on entering the lair of a notorious gang of cyber criminals, but a makeshift arcade that rivals my own was not high on the list. If this is a dumping ground of a warehouse for Deco's industry, it makes sense, though. A place where old arcade games go to die, turned into a playland for punks. This is literally the hideout from Double Dragon. A disorganized maze of games litters the ground floor, poorly lit, barely functional. Only some of the screens are on, and many have serious ghosting and burn-in. Of course they set it up like a goddamn maze. For the ghost monsters themselves, the good news is they haven't noticed our arrival. As I look up, I can see them on the second floor in the catwalks. Huh, they seem distracted. That's good news. The bad news? They're distracted because they have a visitor.
Unfortunate.
I have to say, Sue, I'm extremely disappointed in you. It's hard to get a good angle from down here, hidden in the shadows. Seems like the old man's ranting at his daughter in his usual passive-aggressive way. I could stay hidden and eavesdrop on their conversation, gather some more information. Or I could announce myself and barge in on them. Both are risky. But which makes the most sense for how I'm going to handle the negotiation we're about to have, though? We're going to eavesdrop. Wishing for Naomi to stay quiet as we lurk in the shadows below the catwalks above. You should be out there doing what you agreed to do, not hiding away in your clubhouse. A clubhouse I pay the rent for, I should add. You want to keep your little playground, yes? Hard for me to do if some competitor rises to hurt my bottom line.
Pay attention.
Look at me when I'm talking to you, Sue. I'm trying to explain how the world works. Pay attention. Yes, Dad. It's hard to tell from this angle, but I could swear she said that through gritted teeth. There's a certain forced tone to it as well.
Not generous?
I don't ask for much, I feel. I look the other way when you and your friends cause trouble. I bail you out of jail. I let you skip school as often as you want. All told, I feel I've been a lenient father who understands and appreciates his daughter's inclinations. Like you know the first thing about me. What was that? Speak up, I can't hear you. And don't look to your little friends, look at me. Reluctantly, Sue's eyes meet with her father's. Yes, Dad, I'm sorry,
You
Dad.
understand, yes?
All I want from you is to be so very little. That's what you'd be doing anyway, really. Go back there and keep causing trouble for Wegos Buncheros. Or do you really want me to pull back my support of your little gang? Leave you twisting in the wind at the mercy of the cybercrime task force? Of course not, Dad. I'm sorry, Dad. I think I'm starting to understand the situation. I like 25%. That is better than 0%. She's under his thumb, but not by choice. She hates it. Good. Now then, why haven't you finished the job? Oh, come on. I almost died thanks to invading lovely chainsaw turf. If we go back there... I'm hearing excuses, Sue. I thought you were made of stronger stuff than that. Some delinquents are chasing you away? Really? How are you going to eventually inherit my empire if you can't stand up to some school brats? Like I want your damn empire.
Pay attention.
Speak up, I said. Quit looking at the floor. And we lock eyes through the metal grate above. Her hands go to her hips like an overly confident fashion as she bends over, like a child finding a lucky penny on the sidewalk. Well, 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 what do you know? Don't rat us out. Crap, she spotted us. Inky, Blinky, we have guests. She snaps her fingers, a sudden aura of command about her as she's distracted from the verbal beatdown by her father. And goons swarm, flanking us. We're quickly hustled up the stairs, well, as quickly as I can manage on crutches. Now's the time to use this moment to my advantage, and I know just what to say. Okay. Sue. Deco, good to see you. Apologies for barging in at this late hour, but you're a little difficult to track down. I've found. Deco's face twisted into a grotesque blend of anger and fear. What in the hell? I can't be seen here if any record ends up online. Jeez, Dad. Relax, relax. Clyde? On cue, Clyde steps out from the shadows, their fingers dancing over the phone as they concentrate on the screen. Both of them have phones. One has an Iris assistant loaded. We're blocking their outgoing data streams. There should be no verifiable data evidence of this conversation uploaded anywhere. I can't stop Neko's Iris from hearing you, but I can hijack his account if you need me. We can manually wipe her memory. Just say the word. We'll see. Thanks, Clyde. Clyde nods in agreement, backing out of the spotlight. Happy now, Dad? You're clear. Quit freaking out.
As you like.
Not that it matters. My business with this Mr. Boone is already concluded. I was more than courteous to you, and you spat in my face. It's clear we will never see eye to eye, and I have nothing more to say to you. Actually, we're not here to talk to you. You're here tonight to have a chat with, wait for it, your daughter. Timing is everything. How did you...
Well, well, well. You're a resourceful one. A squeaky clean arcade industry titan can't let anyone know about his hooligan daughter, can he? No. So I've had to keep that under wraps. Good work sleuthing it out. I was hoping I'd see you again.
Good, I impressed her.
You run a great arcade. You treat me and my friends with respect, and you take a bullet from me? Class. That's a class operation there. I can be totes honest with you when I say I didn't want to ruin your arcade. It rocks. All that snazzy neon, all those great games.
He looks like he's
that
like
fun.
shitting his pants.
I didn't want to trash your big moment, but, well,
Yeah, are you cool if I set your dad's genitals on fire? That's really what I'm here for. I love the graffiti in the background too. Like, what's going on with it? Like that cupcake with a chainsaw or something, or a gun? She casts a sidelong glance at her father.
didn't exactly have a choice, did I?
I didn't want to come back and cause you more trouble after that, so I stayed away, figuring I'd done what I had to do and could leave it at that. But you didn't finish the job. Juegos Boncheros still stands. Not that it matters, I suppose, nor does this little last-ditch effort to save it. I see your game, Mr. Bun. It's as obvious as the sad little strategic moves you've made so far to keep your arcades afloat. Sadly, nothing you do or say will save Juegos Boncheros from my inevitable takeover. This is simply how the industry works. Now, Sue, it's time you finish what you started. Sue shifts her attention from her father back to me. It's hard to read what she's thinking, but I have to think of something to calm the tension. I step forward, my fist clenched, ready. But before words escape me, someone's by my side. Don't listen to this crusty old casino-loving, arcade-hating jerk, Sue. You don't have to keep propping up his business. You're a strong, independent hacker who don't need no CEO.
Seriously? If you think you could come here and convince my daughter to turn on me, you're sorely mistaken. Sue knows I'm the only thing standing between her and numerous jail sentences. My power, my money, my presence. She knows I'm the one she can rely on at all times.
Well, you would think if she's not doing illegal shit for you, she's a little less likely to go to prison.
Without me, what is she? Just a simple thief with simple friends.
The ghost monsters exchange glances with each other, frowning and rolling their eyes. But they don't utter a word or move against Deco. They clearly want to pounce, but hold themselves back.
But I understand and support her. I appreciate her nefarious talents and nurture them. Oh, and I also put a roof over her head, feed her, and clothe her. I spare no expense. In other words, she knows that I made her, and I can unmake her at a moment's notice.
I wonder if we can claim all these arcade games if we take him down.
After all, Father knows best. Father knows all. And in the world of arcades, Deco Nami knows and controls all. You can't stop that. You can't fight it. And you can't win.
He seems awfully narcissistic.
Sue, if you would
Is that
kindly show
narcissism?
our friend the
He's definitely full of
exit
himself.
as forcefully as you like, perhaps make a game of it. See if your buddies can wreck the other leg.
Seriously? Vindictive much? Do it.
Ugh, fine, Inky, Pinky, bounce them both. With a flick of the wrist, Sue gestures for her buddies to make us into street pizza. This is it. This is the moment. I need to say something that will convince Sue to do the impossible to flip on her control freak father. It has to be something absolutely true to my core, to who I've become as a person. Except for nekobun to pull one more rabbit out of a hat. Okay, I literally have one option. This feels wrong, Sue. I'm not talking about kicking us out or kicking us around. I'm talking about you taking orders from him. Sue, through your our recent interactions, I've come to know you and your heart. You love arcades, but you're working for someone who loathes them while doing his dirty laundry. So hear me out. I know I can help you see that too. You're stronger than Deco. You don't need him. He needs you. If you'd rather mash this into paste, well, I stand on one foot, arms wide, to make it a bit easier for her. Do as you wish.
Are you quite done babbling yet?
Foolish.
Get this over with, Sue. I'm done dealing with this fool.
And yet, Sue's holding up a hand to stop the two goons she was about to sick on us.
What are you waiting for, young lady? I said to get rid of them. It's just babbling, right? So who cares? Specifically, why do you care, Dad? You afraid Neko will say something you don't want your daughter to hear?
I run the show, not you.
Well, I want to hear this out. And if you don't want to hear it, nobody's keeping you here, old man. What? Shh, the adults are talking. Deco's visibly seething, but Sue's clearly taking the floor. Deco crosses his arms in defiance, but opts to let his daughter continue. Okay, Neko, okay. You've got a temporary reprieve from my boys making you into a Picasso. Say what you came to say, but if I'm not, like, super duper incredibly totally swayed by your amazing charisma, you're out the door, or possibly the window. Defenestration! This is it, my chance to convince Sue. I have to do this, and it's not just me. I have Naomi beside me, lifting me up. I look over at my love, at my heart, and I smile.
Yeah.
You've got this, Neko. I believe in you. You've got a pure heart, one that beats with the passion of 1,000 arcades. Okay, so I'm not good with metaphors. But still, I know if anyone can reach Sue, it's you. Huh, impressive loyalty there. 75%'s good. You know, I like you. Always good to see another lady out there rocking the technology sector. Thanks. I like you too, I think? Okay, so you messed up my lovely, wonderful arcade, but... Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, Deco, lay it on me. What is it that makes Ponytail Girl dig you so much? Let's hear your case. Deep breaths, count to 10, refocus myself. Slow my racing pulse, bringing this down to something more heartfelt, more personal. I have to connect with Sue, empathize with her. This isn't just about being convincing. I need to befriend her and lay bare the emotional truths in her heart. I glance at Iris on my phone screen, who simply shrugs. We're entering far more subtle territory. I can't rely on her to tell me what responses may or may not work. Time to be the best I can be, on my own. Means save scumming. Okay. You have four more attempts to sway Sue. Love of arcades feels like a good one. You love arcades. You've got pixels in your heart, Sue. I mean, look at this place. It's amazing. You built one heck of an arcade here. Also, your friends have a fun place to relax and enjoy themselves. Not that great. A lot of the games are busted. True, I see some monitor burn and a few corrupted ROMs. Those are telltale signs. And some of the power supplies are probably shot. But I bet I could get a lot of these games fixed up and working in no time at all. Whoa, seriously? You clearly love games just like I do. You've got the spirit of a retro gamer. I can see now that when you hurt my games, it wasn't because you wanted to. You never willingly hurt a game. I'd be happy to help. Seriously? You think you could appeal to her love of these pieces of garbage?
Such a shame.
Oh,
Such
and
a
we've come from
shame.
opposite angles. That's good. That's actually good. The only reason she has any of these games is because I couldn't find space in a landfill for them. They're my cast-offs. What's to love?
Wrong.
Damn it, Dad. They're not junk. When I was a kid, I used to love going to your arcades. Bring your daughter to work day was a treat. I got to have fun and enjoy all these great games. I felt special, like I was a special kid, because my daddy ran an arcade. It felt good. Like you were this amazing person I would look up to. Then you started throwing them out and replacing them with slot machines and mobile game ports. Sensing he's losing her, Deco switches
Am I
tactics.
not generous?
And I gave you the games you loved. See? They're all down there. Instead of throwing them out, I gave you a very generous gift as my beloved daughter. It's not going to be enough to just say she loves games. I have to take Deco down a peg. I don't want to call the games garbage because then Naomi's going to get mad at me. And do you feel like a beloved daughter, Sue? Do you really think Deco actually cares about you? Of course I care. I know I'm not the best father. I've made mistakes, but when my wife left me, I fought for custody. I wanted to provide for my daughter. She's the heir to my empire, and that's an investment I won't toss aside. If I've done wrong by you, Sue, I promise I can change. There's no reason to trust Mr. Bun over your own flesh and blood. Family means we are together forever, unlike some passing stranger. That's going to be a hard one.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Pretty much the dictionary definition of a lousy father, but he's still my
No
father.
helping it.
I'm stuck with him. He's stuck with me, so I may as well make the best of it. Love doesn't enter into it. It's just, it is what it is. Not ready to give up on him, not yet. I need to keep trying. 3 more attempts. Go with this one. Hey Sue, you like Fuegos Mancheros, right? I offered you a second chance before. It still stands. I'd welcome you and your friends returning to enjoy our games. It's not like you wanted to hurt us. You agree to stop pushing Deco's agenda by messing with Wegos Mancheros and swing by anytime you like. I'll even copy some tokens. Sound good? Absolutely. Except for, the small problem of the lovely chainsaw lying in wait to finish the job and put me in the dirt. Afraid that a couple bucks in tokens wouldn't really go far in paying for my funeral. I appreciate the offer and all, but honestly, if I wanted to come back, I'd come back, banned or not. There's bigger things at play than what I want, though. But, raises a hand, shutting me down. Done talking about this, we're done. Well, I'm not going any lower, so that's okay. Damn, I honestly thought that'd work, but she shut me down so fast that she wanted me to push any harder. So let me be clear about this. The reason you won't side with me over your father is you're willing to burn you, kick you out of his home, abandon you on the street. Let's put aside the question of whether holding such a threat over your head indicates a loving father or not. I mean, it doesn't, but if what you need is a place to stay to avoid being homeless, I'll offer my home. Wait, seriously?
Bad idea, friend.
I wrecked your
Bad
arcade,
idea.
and now you offer me 3 hots and a cot? I'm generous like that. Huh, well, you can stay with me if it comes to that. Clyde, seriously? I wouldn't want to put you out. My parents like you. I like you. Oh, we dug. Oh, that's why he emailed me, because he wants her out from under his thumb too. Oh, and they don't understand your situation. Please, don't feel like you have no options. You got your friends. You got me. Just think about it, okay? Please. I wouldn't actually try for my home. That was just a figure of speech. I'm saying that I'm a provider. I'm the reason she's able to. Nah, I'm pretty sure you meant what you said. You threaten me with all the dire consequences of disobedience more times than I can count. And I'm getting sick of it. So don't think you can hold that over my head any longer.
Think about this.
This would be a mistake, Sue. Think about more than that what roof you happen to be sleeping under. I can protect you in ways you cannot provide for yourself. Beyond food and clothing and a place to stay. Legal protection, notably. I can keep you off various radars. I can make sure my enemies are aware you exist. You're safe under my wing. Oh, definitely. Maybe I just don't care anymore. Maybe I'd rather flame out than put up with your shit. That's it. That's the number. Sounds like she's starting to see through his supposed generosity. Good. We're gonna go the friendly route. If that doesn't work, it's killed for deco time, but yeah, we pay close attention to it as we spar back and forth like this. The ghost monsters. They're trying to be unreadable, just part of the background noise of the scene, but I can read them. Clyde especially is looking like they're holding back a lot of feelings. Sue, do you think that without Deco, you'd be alone? What about them? I just treated this 3 supremely buff dudes and the nervous-looking individual accompanying them, all in their color-coordinated clothes. I think you're forgetting the ghost monsters. They're more than a gang. They're your friends. They'll support you if Deco won't. If he tries to burn you, they'll stand in front of the flames. You got the power of friendship on your side, whereas your father doesn't have a friend in the world and needs to rely on you. What, this smattering of thugs and children? You think they can keep her out of jail? You think they can feed her or clothe her? Laughable! I do that. I don't care if it takes my whole allowance or I have to get a real job. I'll help her if you won't. Clyde, this isn't... No, Sue, please listen to me. I don't like speaking up, and your dad, scares me. But Neko's right, we're your friends. We'll be here for you, right? Fuck yeah. Ghostbusters, ride or die. 20th century television sitcoms teach us that a group of self-chosen friends are the new family structure of America, according to many critical studies. So please don't feel like you'd be alone if you choose to side with Neko. You won't be. Clyde shifts embarrassedly, averting their eyes to the ground, shuffling their feet. I'm sorry I used a he instead of a they. It's like they really want to say something but can't find the courage within. You love her. Oh, it's so cute. It's okay, Clyde. Just admit it. You love Sue. Clyde looks shocked that Naomi just outed them, but eventually they shrug and smile warmly at Sue. Sue blushes in return. Ah, heck. I love you too. Always have. She sweeps Clyde up in a giant bear hug and places a tender kiss on her cheek. On their cheek. Sorry. That was a misread. Causing the timid one to turn bright red. It's true then. Love can bloom on the battlefield. Oh, this is ridiculous. Sue, friendship is irrelevant. What matters is power, and your friends have none. Do you really want to trade a powerful ally for a weaker one? As much as I hate to give in to some silly cartoon notion of friendship conquering all, well, I'm a ghost monster.
Ghost monsters for life.
Ride or die, we are ghost monsters for life. Phoebe and Clyde squeezes Sue's hand gently before Clyde steps back to join their friends. Absurd. Simply absurd. Before I can get in another word, Sue waves her hands, interrupting me. Okay, enough.
Man, this sucks.
I'm sick of all this talking. It's time for action. It's time for decisions. You've made your case, Dad, and so have you, Neko. He wants to protect me, and use me. It's patently obvious at this point, but maybe the cost of turning my back on him is too high. While Neko wants me to throw it all away just because it's the right thing to do. As for me, what do I want? How do I want this to play out? This is it. Moment of truth. Did I convince Sue to abandon her father? Or did we save Huegos Puncheros? Or was it all for nothing?
You know what?
And so, I just watched the Wheel of the Worst, or whatever they're calling it now, on Red Letter Media today, so I'll be expecting misfortune.
You, Dad.
All right.
Excuse me.
Yeah, you heard me. Your poor f***ing excuse for a father and your so-called enemy really opened my eyes about that.
We did the thing!
Oh, don't get me wrong. You've got money and power. You could crush me like an ant, yeah? Yeah. And I don't think I care anymore. I'm tired of living in your shadow and under your thumb. I'm tired of living with you. As of today, we're done.
Was that an Udna Rose on her jacket, too?
Like you from my life. I think we can do business. You want to save your arcade? I've got the evidence you need to stick Daddy Dearest behind bars for the rest of his life.
You always keep a backup.
Every dirty deal I've ever helped him carry out. And believe you me, that's a lot of extremely filthy deeds.
You can't do this.
She just did.
I forbid it. You are my daughter, and
Do this? I did it half an hour ago.
if I go down, you're coming with me.
Really? I think I can spin this entire mess as your fault.
I'd like to see you try, you ignorant brat. You're a career criminal, incorrigible to the end. What possible proof could you offer up of your innocence?
Sue snaps her fingers and points to my phone.
Oh, Iris. Would you kindly?
Sure thing, Miss Sue. And from my speaker perfect audio recorder, I knew recording it, this jackass would come up sooner or later. Perfect audio recording of Deco's earlier self-incriminating words.
I'm the only thing standing between her and numerous jail sentences. My pal.
I like that they put the speaker filter on there.
But I understand and support her. I appreciate her nefarious talents and nurture them.
Oops.
She knows that I made her. And I can unmake her at a moment's notice.
I like that his icon has, like, it looks like it's got the, like the snidely, mustache, even if he doesn't really, in his regular model.
Golly, that sure smells like corruption of a minor and blackmail to me. And once I do my hair and pigtails and offer a jury big puppy dog eyes, oh, my mean old dad forced me into a life of crime. Well, what do you think happens next?
He's good. No, that's impossible. You said you blocked all recording devices. That I couldn't block Iris from functioning, just block her from uploading the recordings anywhere. He was still listening this whole time. You can go ahead and remove the data block now, Clyde. Already done. I've also uploaded a press kit based on our Deco Nami archives to 5 major newspapers, 11 websites, ESPN Esports Center, and HGTV. Okay. Home and Garden Television? I figured the two guys from Arcade Flippers might be interested. I really like that show.
Welcome to the Ides of March, Dad.
It's still February.
You want to get me in trouble too? You feel free. At worst, I'll do
That
a
too,
year
yeah.
or two in juvie.
They're kids.
But you're gonna bleed out on the floor by the time I'm through.
That's dark. Oh. Yeah, boss. Show my father the door, gently. Don't leave any marks at
No.
least.
No! This is completely unacceptable. I am your father. I'm Deco Nami. I am the arcade business.
Oh wait, I think the rose is supposed to be like the Deco Nami symbol since he's got it as a pin, brooch, whatever. I think you easily restrain Deco by the arms, but I just can't let him go without having my 2 cents. I gotta do the dad joke. Hi, arcade business. I'm Dad. Did you just seriously dad joke my dad? Damn right I did. Sweet.
You impudent, insignificant little...
Where's the option to light his genitals on fire? I promise this. Are you still here? Not for long.
I haven't lost... I can
Sorry,
still
I
fight
forget
this.
exactly which voices I gave to
I
each of
can
them.
still-
Bye. And the ghost monsters remove Deco from our sights. Instantly, the entire atmosphere of the place changes, as if a great weight has been lifted. I couldn't be more relieved, and I relaxed into a sigh. Not gonna lie, the next few days will be interesting, to say the least. I think you'd better stay at my place. My parents won't mind at all. Yeah, I'm gonna need to hide out until the heat's off. Maybe practice battening my eyelashes at a weak-willed jury box to concerned parents, too. Sue blinks in astonishment. Oh, right, Neko, you're still here. Oh, I knew you were special. Knew it from day one. If heat ever cools off and we make amends with a lovely chainsaw, I might pop by your arcade, play some games, and not stir up any
I'll keep
trouble.
my promise. The public will know Deco hired a gang to go after you. That should exonerate your arcade as a victim of his shady dealings. So, we square?
We're square, circle, rhombus, and octagon. We're up, up, down. We're Konami code.
Sweet.
Although that makes sense if they're the Namis. Anyway.
Whoa. We did it. We really did it.
Damn right we did.
I knew we could do it. I really did. Yeah.
Okay.
We saved the arcade. Okay, so things are gonna be a bit wonky for a few days, and we'll have reporters swarming the place and maybe some cops.
Gross.
We did it. We saved the arcade we built together.
Place where we can have a future together. An arcade of our dreams.
I love you. Thank you so much. It'll be everything I've ever dreamed it would be.
I kind of wish Gavin had given me the Pengo statue. So he'd be like, yeah, we kept it at least. But anyway, I think these are gonna be okay. Next few days passed by in a blur. That morning, we had press crowding around the doors of the arcade before we'd even opened. Sue's care package of bad news that went up the wire caught their attention. Mr. Bun, is it true that Deco Nami organized a gang hit on your arcade? How would you respond to allegations that Deco Nami is involved in an international counterfeit plush doll prize ring? Okay, I didn't hear about that one. Although I did hear they were crappy. What is your relationship with the ghost monsters? Have you heard of any of the allegations of child abuse? Have you seen Mrs. DeFame's article talking about the incident, praising your professionalism? I gave so many interviews that day that I lost my voice. Fortunately, Naomi was on hand to keep me hydrated and encourage me onward. Everybody loved to see a fallen family entertainment icon. It made them feel self-righteous, and Deco Nami was now square in the crosshairs. It didn't matter that the official police response was generic. We are still investigating these claims. The court of public opinion had decided. Deco's palace was doomed. The final crushing blow came at a press conference 3 days later.
These obvious falsehoods generated by jealous business rivals and lying children merely go to show how the powerful are routinely targeted for harassment.
Oh man, he's gonna get fucking ratioed.
Furthermore, what? No!
Okay, that is great freakout art.
I'm innocent in these matters! Innocent!
And we never saw him again. Seriously, after the arrest, he just up and vanished from the public eye. It's honestly a bit creepy. I was at least expecting a trial or something. And for those who don't recognize her, she was the agent that took away the Bolivius machine earlier.
He told me that if I didn't commit all those crimes, he'd take away my food.
She's really good.
I never wanted to be a hacker. I just like computers. I wanted to get a computer degree and get a normal job like anyone else.
Largely a line of hokum, but it's good to see Sue breaking away from Deco's influence all the same. Who knows, maybe Sue's ready to turn over a new leaf and go straight, after all. Deco's Pal's board of directors unanimously voted to eject him, given he just vanished into the guts of the judicial system. Oh, the arcade empire he established is still out there, still powerful, still tacky as heck, and still a menace to small arcades like ours. But without his guiding vision, it's largely treading water. Who knows, maybe one day the traditional arcades will overtake what he left behind. As for Juegos Moncheros, good games, good drinks, good times. We promise friendship and fun in equal measure here at Juegos Moncheros. We're not as large as some barcades, but we make up for that with a quality experience that keeps our regulars coming back for more. It's true, sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name.
You know, Matt, Having conquered both donuts with books and booze with tokens, maybe it's time to expand to new horizons.
What's the lewd combo
Water
going to be?
slides with wineries.
I like
mini
that.
golf with margaritas.
That's also
Bingo
good.
with brewskis.
I've done the third.
The sky's
I think
the
I've done
limit
at
when
least
it
2 of
comes to
those, actually.
inadvisably mixing leisurely liaisons with various vices.
Hang gliding with hangovers.
Okay, I don't envy either of these guys having to read these lines. Again, I hope the some snippets from the recording session come out now that the game's out.
On second thought, I think we just found the limit.
Oh.
But the arcade, in the end, is less important than the people who call it home. A dream we shared so long, sitting and watching the nighttime waves roll in on Flotsam Beach. That dream came true. Juegos Bancheros became our family arcade for many years to come, just like Miss Francine before us. I know it's supposed to look cute, but honestly, my character model looks kind of creepy.
Another bad chip to replace. It's getting harder and harder to keep these old games going.
But not impossible. There's still so many great games to restore, and if anyone can keep an arcade dream alive, it's you, Naomi.
As dreams go, that's not a bad one at all. It's everything I ever hoped it could be. I'm so glad I found you. And I'm so glad you found me. Together, we'll make sure the spirit of arcades lives on forever.
In the end, I can honestly say I found my dream. Naomi and her whole world became my dream, and I'd live happily in that world for many years to come. Iris explained to me that the irises, being adaptive software, eventually become more and more like their users. Seems my empathy has rubbed off on Iris. With my influence, she's grown quite a bit.
I hope that one day, humans will see us as friends and allies. All I've ever wanted was to embrace kindness.
Okay,
and
so we're not going to
understanding.
get the AI emergence.
And thanks to you, I've learned so much.
Percy only had 2 years left to live. But with the success of Juegos Bancheros, and with the encouragement of all his friends, he decided that wouldn't be enough. My mind's made up. I'm going to seek more treatment. I don't want this to end. I don't want to say goodbye to you all. He'd live many years to come, thanks to a renewed push to take care of his condition. Happy years spent with all of us. As for Moopy, well, with all the time in the world, he took his time, paced himself, and eventually beat the score. Although I'm honestly not so sure what to do with the rest of my life, huh? I suppose we'll have to see when we see, huh? Sorry. Ashley continued to be our mascot main floor attendant by day at Juegos Bancheros. Customers grew accustomed to seeing her smiling face when they came through the doors. As we grew and got bigger, more people took notice of Ashley's Juegos Bancheros costume, and more people wanted to see our mascot on shirts, mugs, body pillows even. Oh!
I just printed up another batch of Juegos Bancheros hoodies. These things are selling like hotcakes. Such a fantastic idea, Nico.
I like that the marketing thing still played into it, just later. Customers just couldn't get enough.
Oh, and I started working on the pattern for another mascot that we should reveal soon.
Maybe I'll even get you to model it for me one day. It's going to be a maid, isn't it? A maid flamingo. Just double down. Teo kept the Showtime stage scene alive here at Juegos Bancheros. Sorry. Even as he got offered a job as a regional community manager. He's doing what he loves, teaching and connecting with all sorts of people. Teo's new job has him traveling and organizing dancing tournaments around the world, but he still spends most of his time right here. Put D in charge of the local dance crew while I go establish a new scene on the other coast, but I'll be back for you before you even notice. And when I come back, you promise to get on the stage with me. You owe me a song or two. That wasn't quite the voice I used from earlier, I'm sorry. Through the good times and the bad, Juniper stuck by me. My BFF for life. Air. All over the place.
I'm really proud of you, you know? You pulled yourself out of the tailspin your life was in. You went for it, you did it, you made it happen. I'm lucky I got to be even a small part of that.
A large part of that, I'd say. I wouldn't be here now if not for you.
Hey, I'll take credit if you want me to. Just call me Juniper, the life coach. And you know I'll be in your corner till you're dead. Hopefully later rather than sooner, though.
Gavin stood by us as we rose out of the ashes of Deco's onslaught, but eventually he chose to leave Juegos Bancheros. I guess if you don't get a high enough rating, they leave. He'd always been a bit distant, true. Perhaps he thought it was time to move on, or perhaps he didn't find what he was looking for with us. We parted on good terms, and he went off to further his career somewhere else. When the four Heavenly Kings invited her to live and play with at their team house, Queen Bee instantly snatched up that opportunity. It's always been her calling. It's been a lot quieter at Juegos Bancheros since she left. Whenever she's playing in a major tournament, we always show the matches. She never mentions us in her championship speeches. I guess we were just a step on our ladder of success. Aw. Granted, I talked to her maybe 3 times. Love and friendship in a time of pixels and quarters. Finally, I'm home. Juegos Buncheros. Thank you, Juegos Buncheros. My spirit is restored, and my future is bright. At last, I could say. I'm happy. I'm finally truly happy with who I am, and where I am. I fought hard for this, and wanted a great effort, but happiness is my reward. For this day, and every day to come. Aww. And credits. Well, we always watch these, so... Yeah, I think we looked these up the first night. I don't know if I kept that in the archive, but... Stephanie Shea, that name sounds familiar. Amberley, vaguely. And Mark Meir sounded like a familiar name. Lily Pichu, I know, streams. Or does YouTube, one of the two. And of course, Graham and Jacob. Alice knows karate. Oh, that's a reference to or no, I'm thinking of Yoshimi. But yeah, Alice knows karate sounds familiar. I thought it was a song reference, but I'm thinking of Yoshimi versus the giant robots, which is not Alice. So this was done in Renpai? Okay. There were definitely some sound effects in the inner chapter one that were... I definitely heard the Pac-Man music in there. But anyway. Creative Commons. I'm skimming that to see if everybody's favorite is in there somewhere. I really need to hunt harder for Creative Commons and duty-free stuff. I forgot. I wasn't sure who owned the Burger Time rights at this point. Death Race came up? Maybe it was in a conversation I didn't finish or didn't get in there. Yeah, I was there for the Gujira reference. I don't remember any of the Laserdisc references either, but I'm all about that. The Speed Racer reference tickled me quite a bit. Super Arcade Spirits 2 Turbo. I would play a game that's like Sue's story or something, or at least they come back in it. I want to see Sue and Clyde flourish. Especially if it like plays off one of your old saves. If that ever actually happens. Alright, we did the thing. Gonna check the goodies we got, and then I'll probably call it a night. Yeah, it's almost 3. Oh, outro? There we go.
This is outrageous. I demand to speak with my lawyer. Hello? Hello, can anyone hear me? You can't do this to me. I'm well aware of who you are. Good, then you know I can afford a lawyer who can run circles around you, whoever you are. True, if you were officially under arrest. Technically, this facility does not exist. Neither do I. What? You can't do this. If you prefer, I could hand you over to the police. There's a cybercrime task force that's eager to get their hands on you.
But if you'd like to avoid a lengthy prison sentence, I have a proposition for you. I know about a tiny, tiny little detail buried in all those leaked files your daughter posted online. Specifically the 1980X playtests. The what? Why did you have me at a disadvantage? You know damn well I'm talking about. So he had some... I had a feeling this had something to do with Polybius. Sinis Lotion's Pride and Joy. You hosted secret playtests of that game. Oh, those tests. Sorry, but I don't see what'll help I'll be. I only played a minor role. Once the test was over, the machines were shipped out to other locations. Exactly. Against our authority, Sinis Lotion distributed their prototypes. And you're going to use all your connections, all your leverage, every drop of what little influence you have left to help us find our property. Polybius was our project, Mr. Nami. We want it back. Woo! I'm kind of glad they came back around to that. For real this time. Okay. Thank you for making. Your flux capacitor is now charged. On your next playthrough, you can use your mouse wheel to scroll back and forth in time and change your most recent decisions. Also, would you like to save your character and story, character and story, Daddy? Oh, it's been a night. So you can use this in any future Arcade Spirits expanded content? Yes, actually. See, like I said, give me a sequel. Yes, save my data. Now exporting data. All done. Thank you for playing. Exporting it to where, though? Okay, so yeah, we didn't get the extras for the different the other arcade games. So I gotta do a couple more playthroughs. And I'm probably gonna save this playthrough as like my canon one. So I'm just if it ever asks me to export again, I'm not going to. But I'm probably... I don't know if I'm going to stream all the other playthroughs. I'll probably do Percy, Teo, and Ashley. I'll probably stream those, but then I'm probably just going to pound through Gavin and Queen Bees. I don't know. We might... I need to let it breathe for a little bit. Just so I don't, like, follow the same path. Did they keep the D-pad thing? I don't remember noticing that. The buns would have been cute, but I'm kind of glad they didn't go with the heart shirt. You never really see below her knees anyway, so... I kind of would have liked if she wielded a soldering iron more often, but... Anyway, we looked at the rando stuff before, too, I think? Oh, they don't have Steve in here. Oh, the private collector. You probably run into her if you're, you stay upstairs at the auction. Which I did not do. I also think it'd be cool if they did, like, spin-offs. Like, made Mr. Moopy and, at least basic forms of Mr. Moopy and, the other games. And again, I'm curious if this dip switch thing does anything. But I didn't see any, like, indicators of numbers at any point, so... Unless this is supposed to be the code here, and I'm just not picking up on it. I mean, they wouldn't put that in there for no reason, right? Right? I don't know, I'll mess around with that some other time. But yeah, that's Arcade Spirits. Buy this game, play this game. It's a good game. Oh, okay, yeah, we looked through the basic credits before. Which is, this is all the information we just read. Cool. That's how we do about the voice actors. Oh wait, does it cycle through them? Oh no, it just shows the one you exported with. That's kind of cute. I think it just shows the same one. Yeah, okay. That's really cute. I wonder if that... I didn't notice that in any other point in the playthrough. So I don't know if that changes... like, as you go. But yeah, alright. Half the achievement's done. And I will have to plow through this a few more times to get all the others, but good game. Very good game.